That's Trey.
And that's Goldie.
We're friends
From college.
Then Trey married my sister.
But unfortunately, we got divorced.
We don't talk about that.
Mostly because there's nothing to talk about.
It was all good.
Our friendship deepened while we were both employed in an event production consulting company,
We spent 280 plus days on the road.
which made us expert business travelers.
And expert best friends who always had one goal in mind.
Host a podcast together. And after people didn't like the first 6 shows, including one where we interviewed building contractors in the Upper Peninsula while they were working,
And one where we searched the country for the next great kid blues guitarist.
we realized we weren't making shows about our true passion.
We had to talk about the thing we know and love more than anything.
Welcome to Business Trips. Hey, welcome to Business Trips, everybody. This week we're going to talk to a great new guest about their business travel tips. But first, here's a word from our sponsor.
This episode of Business Trips is brought to you by It's Boba Time. Located just east of Vermont, around the corner from the Jehovah's Witness Church on Marathon in East Hollywood, it's Boba Time. What are we? We're boba, and so much more. We started in 2003 with only 40 different boba drinks, but now we've grown to over 140 drinks. Whether a smoothie or a slushie, we are more than you think when you think about boba. Literally, what is boba? It's a drink made popular throughout parts of Asia that features little marble-sized tapioca balls. Ugh. No matter how that sounds to you, we know that if you try one of our delicious and wildly colorful multi-textured drinks, you'll be hooked on boba. Boba rookies want to know, do I drink the balls? Answer, you can. You can drink them through our special proprietary straws that are designed for boba ball clearance. Or you can drink the liquid, then chew the balls, releasing the delicious tapioca gel. There's no wrong way to boba. We also offer some food items to pair with your new favorite drink to make your boba experience even more filling. What time is it? It's boba time.
I like that slogan.
Yeah. I mean, I have to tell. Well, I feel like when people are paying for the ads, I don't want to say anything negative.
Well, you shouldn't.
Yeah. Anyway.
I was going to say, what?
I don't know. I'm not sure where I am. I feel like tapioca in any fashion is just not, I'm not drawn to it. That's all.
I just don't know what it is. But I'll tell you what, it's boba time reminds me of. Do you remember?
It's game time.
Oh. Yeah. Or it's hammer time.
Oh, yes.
I'm excited about our guest.
Me too.
This guy has done a bit of traveling himself, and he's going to tell you all about it. This is Maurice Peppers. Welcome.
Oh, boys. Trey, Goldie, it's an honor to be here.
Thanks for joining us.
We're so excited to have you. So you've traveled around the country, maybe beyond.
That's right. Yeah, no, I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere.
Okay.
Wow.
That's fine.
I'm
Country, I honestly, I thought there'd be a slightly warmer reception. I thought you'd freak the fuck out. I'm a bit of a celebrity, I think.
I think
I am gonna kill our
no,
publicist.
I know. It's we try to do the research, and then sometimes we find out we haven't done enough.
I also was like, how do I know that name? How do I? And now that you're here, how do I know his
Mo
face?
Peppers. You know Mo Peppers. Come on.
Yes. Now I'm remembering.
That's right. I'm the guy who incessantly yells taxi at you at the airports when you're trying to leave. That's me. It's me, Mo Peppers.
That's right.
Yep.
So say more about that again.
You know, you get your bags.
Yeah.
You get off the plane, you get your
Yeah.
bags. You wait your turn. You don't rush. You
Right.
wait your turn. And then as you're leaving the baggage claim, there's a man standing there, and he goes, taxi. And you say, no, thank you. I prefer a legitimate ride. And he says, taxi to a different person. That's me, Mo Peppers.
I have a lot of questions. The first one is, how do I frame this? Is it legal?
Well,
doesn't matter either way to me.
What's legal in today's America? You know what I mean? It's legal. We are running a legitimate business.
Right.
Legitimate business is being done, and
Yes.
then there's some debate about whether or not that business should be happening.
Well, because also, I mean, ride shares to me,
That's illegal.
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I know that there are a lot of drivers out there, friends that do it, but is it any more legit than anything else?
You're getting in the car with a stranger.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Why not get in the car with Mo Peppers?
Right.
Come on.
Right. So then if someone takes you up on it, which I assume isn't all the time. But
It's infrequent. I'm being generous here. It's very rare that somebody finally
Right.
They're usually Swedish and a
Right.
little scared and they fall
confused.
for yeah, they're confused
because there's
Right.
taxis so close and Ubers.
extremely close. It's on their phones.
Right.
You know, they
Right.
could easily access a different ride.
So to go
but I
with
beat them
just
to it by going taxi.
Right.
And so then they go with you. They hop in your car and you drive them too, or are you the person who gets them to the driver?
I drive them.
Cool.
I'm both the barker and the driver,
Yeah.
as we say in the biz.
Barker, right.
Oh right. Busker.
Yeah, the busker. I wouldn't say busker. That feels like a
Because
You
buskers
have
for
to have a guitar.
singing.
yeah. That's more of a filthy
Right.
occupation.
Yours is
I'm a legit business.
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'm a legit business,
absolutely.
and I get them in the car and they say where they're going, and I.
How many cars do you have? Is there one? Do you go through many a year? How does that part?
Oh,
work?
just the one, and I've
You don't
had
have
that.
to answer.
Oh,
You don't have to answer that.
Oh.
is
Well,
that?
go ahead. You already had.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was deep in it, so it's now I'm a little nervous that maybe I've incriminated myself.
Well, no.
No.
My thought was, I only have one car, and I don't appreciate when people say how many.
Yeah, I just guess I meant like you must put a lot of miles on your
That's
car.
better.
I put a lot of
That-
miles
I like
on
that
that
one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 2007 Lincoln Town Car.
Oh, you've got a proper.
Oh, that's a nice car.
It's a nice
I
car.
love it.
So they're getting in and they're going, well, this is very nice, which I suppose for some people is also scary because there's something about getting in a nice car that says like, is this guy 50 Shades?
Yeah, they ask a lot of questions when they get in a nice car. They say, "Sir, why aren't you on Uber?" And I say,
Right. Why not just do Uber?
Where are we going? Where
you
can I
stick to
take
your-
you?
Yeah.
Shut up back there. Where are we going?
Oh,
Right.
even, yeah.
I'm guessing the reason you're not working for a cab company and not working for a rideshare company is because who needs all the administrative oversight? You are an entrepreneur. Is that fair to say?
I am an entrepreneur, and I don't care for the oversight, but I was mostly banned from the business, so that's
Probably
how I
more the
got here.
reason.
Yeah.
That's more the reason.
So yes, you're correct, but also I'm no longer welcome on, frankly, the internet, but more specifically that part of it, that little section of internet.
Got it.
Wow.
But the internet in general, I didn't even know they had whole internet.
Well,
bans.
this is a big part of the reason why, and I'm not sure this is where you're going, but I'm guessing it might be. I don't accept cookies. Is that part of it?
I don't think that's probably,
That the cookies.
Well, I just don't know. When they ask me, I'm thinking, if you need to ask my permission, something's not right here.
I'll tell you, I'd be grateful to be approached with some cookies at this point. I truly can't log in anywhere.
Oh, wow.
They see my IP address.
It's
and
before
they say,
it even gets to the cookie warning. They're
That's
shutting
right.
you
This is
down.
a pre-cookie
They don't even. It never stops spinning. The little
wheel of
The
death.
little wheel. That's
I
right.
have that in. I have that with. You know how Home Depot has a garden area?
Of
Oh,
course,
yeah.
yeah.
I can't go in that.
And so you walk towards there.
And then there's a they have the checkout there. There's a little outdoor checkout, and there's a piece of glass there, and they'll see my photo and
Right by,
get out of here.
Yeah, cut it out.
Yeah.
right by the hot dog stand there.
Yep. It's just, but I'm allowed at the hot dog stand, but I went number one in a plant one time.
I'm learning all I mean, this is why part of what we do this. We've been buddies since
we still are
college,
learning
and believe
stuff.
me,
Well-
we have urinated in a plenty of places we shouldn't have. But
Yeah,
I
you
didn't know
boys
about
are
this.
fun. I like that about you. Yeah.
Okay, so take me through the entire process. Are there certain times a day that you know this is prime time? I got to get in there. Here comes a bunch of flights.
Swedish. It's something's coming in from
Oh,
Sweden.
we love a foreign flight.
Yeah, I bet.
If you
I bet.
get to that terminal B area where
That's the sweet.
things are mislabeled and there's a lot of
yeah.
people holding up signs for some reason.
Right.
I slide right in next to a cute child with a sign like "Welcome Home," and there he is, Maurice.
Because that's me. Anytime I've gone overseas, I feel like I'm the Swedish.
You're the cartoon
That's
Hal.
right.
Yeah, because you get off and you're like, well, how do I'm not even quite sure how to get to the train.
Right.
Someone says taxi,
Yep.
and you go, that's a German Mo, if you will.
And listen, taxi's the same in every language.
Really?
Right.
Everywhere you go,
I didn't know that.
they're saying taxi the same way.
In Japan?
Taxi.
Wow.
Wow.
I can't think of another one. To...
Norway?
Oh,
same?
nice.
Oh, you bet it's taxi
Really?
in Norway.
Wow.
It's the most.
It's the most taxi in Norway.
It's a really good point. You're getting people that are jet lagged. They're almost, some are drugged. Some of these are people on drugs because
and those are my best customers.
Sure.
If they're a little sleepy and delirious.
You mean like they took an Ambien?
Yeah, that's right.
Whatever you might take on a plane.
Hey, I'm not slipping drugs here.
Oh, no.
My only drug is my sweet serenade, taxi.
Oh.
Sort of a siren song, if
Yeah.
you will.
Yes.
Calling them to the
Sort of
to the shores.
Here comes a question that I feel like I think I know the answer to. Venmo.
Oh, come on now. You know I can't.
You
do
can't
Venmo.
go
I
online.
can't do Venmo.
This is cash only.
It's cash only.
Okay.
No
Cash.
change. No
Right.
change. A lot of these foreign fucks, they'll show up and they'll have those big coins, those big thick foreign coins.
Oh, yeah.
And they go, "Hey, this is worth $5
Right.
in my country," and I go, "Beat it, bub.
That's right.
You
got-
pay me in cash."
Yeah.
The outside's gold, and then there's a silver part. You're
Yes.
like, they're
Yeah.
complicated.
And heavy.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's heavy. And
you
that's
dr-
part of the reason I don't take it. It's too
Right.
heavy for my car, and the Lincoln can't handle all that extra load. No.
That's gonna slow it down. Do you drive people to an ATM, or how's that work if they say, well, I don't have cash?
Oh, that's when it gets rough, because oftentimes the conversation doesn't come up until we've made the entire trip.
That's what I wondered.
and then we got to beat their knees. You know, it turns violent very quickly.
Wow.
because you can't just have a ride and not pay. And
you hit their knees.
Oh, we beat the knees, not just hit. Hit is polite.
Right.
Hit is more of a scolding, if
Like
you will.
you're getting awoken on a bus that's like at the end of its line, like,
Hey, bud,
yeah,
get out of here.
But this is not that.
No,
This
this
is-
is not that.
This is like a Nancy Kerrigan.
yes, yeah, sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you got a Nancy Kerrigan.
And what
now.
are you using?
I like a tire iron. It's available to me.
Right.
I also love. I'm a cigar man, so sometimes I'll the little packages that cigars come in.
Sure.
I'll fill those with pennies, and I'll just beat someone's knees with that.
Because I was gonna say that's too light. A cigar.
If it's
Yeah,
empty.
you don't want to just beat with. That's just empty
that's
plastic.
just-
That
yeah,
won't learn
Right,
their lesson.
but with
that
pennies, I guess.
way. Yeah.
And always the knees.
I wanted
What,
to.
yeah, what were you
Boys,
gonna-
you seem nervous. I'm not going to beat your knees.
No,
if that's
good.
what
no,
this
no, no,
is.
no,
Good,
no,
I
no,
don't-
no, no.
Relax.
No,
Okay,
We're
no,
pals
no.
here.
No, we
I just couldn't think of a. I've
Trey,
never.
Goldie, Maurice. Well,
Mo.
We're buddies.
we go back.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Give me.
5. Sorry. you
Yeah,
go.
no, that's good. Give me five tips for riders to know about riding with you.
That's wonderful. This feels like good promotion for the business.
It can be.
Because then they'll know how to approach, how
Right.
to deal with the business at hand. Number one, we've already talked about it. Cash. Give me my goddamn cash.
Right.
Or
Don't
you
show up
gotta
with any
do
big
that.
coins
Yeah.
or asking me to log on to the internet. I
No.
can't do that.
Yeah.
That's not possible.
Right.
Literally can't.
Cannot do it. Not possible.
Well, because when you do it, you're not able to actually get on. It's not even that you don't want to.
Yeah. Joe Biden doesn't want me on the internet.
The president himself.
The president
Wow,
himself.
it got
It
up
came,
that
it
high.
came down
Wow.
from him.
It got up that high.
Yeah,
He's busy too.
Oh, he's very busy.
But
But at some point,
I
they were
voted
like,
for the guy. It's
Wow.
not. I'm not. I'm not
Even
anti.
that, and
It's
he
not even
knows- he
about
probably
that.
And he
knows that,
still was
but
like, "Hey, I
he's
love
like,
your vote, but
Maurice Peppers can't.
Maurice Peppers,
Do
get the
the
fuck
internet.
out of here with that internet shit."
Right.
Wow.
So
okay, so
cash
bring
only.
cash.
That's right. Now you want to find a driver. This is important. You want to find a driver who knows the dance. A lot of these drivers, we're called livery drivers.
Is that what that? I've heard it. I've read it.
I always pictured something like in Rocky where there's a lot of, animal things hanging, but that's not it. It's
it's funny you say that. It's because the back of our cars often smell like liver.
Oh.
And that's where it comes
That's
from.
where it comes from.
They get in the car, they say, this has a distinct stink of liver.
A liver
specific.
smell.
And is it a
Iron,
lot of
a
the
lot of
drivers
iron.
have liver for lunch when they're working?
I think it's more a lot of the drivers are carrying a weight and a stress of not having completed a ride in many a moon that it starts to stink
sweating.
from inside.
It's an iron. It's a blood.
Yeah. It's very raw in there. But you want to find a driver who's got the right stuff, right? Who's doing the dance the way the dance is meant to be done. If a driver comes up to you and he's yelling taxi, taxi, that's not safe.
No.
You don't want to get in that car.
No.
What you want is a guy who comes up to you and then goes taxi and then looks around as if, who said that?
Oh.
Where'd that come from? Did somebody say taxi?
He's surprised by it.
He's surprised too.
Oh,
Where'd that come from?
So
Right.
there's a bit of throwing your voice involved.
Oh yeah, it's got a Jeff Dunham quality to it.
A lot about the job seems Jeff Dunham-y.
Well, I didn't care for that. I think
Okay.
you're being a little sassy here,
Yeah.
and
I think he meant it with a. I don't know what you meant by that. But I know he didn't mean.
didn't
it.
like that.
Okay.
I know he didn't mean.
I take that back.
No,
All right.
that's.
You said part of it was...
So okay, tips.
That's
and I
right.
don't mean tips more. You got this. I mean, people are tipping in cash as well. They have to.
Oh, they got to tip in cash. You got to tip.
You have to. Now you're not giving people a flat rate and building the tip because some people will say it's all in.
Oh, see the
Here's $50. That gets you everything.
you're confusing the business. The $50 is the way that Uber works. They tell you ahead of time this is what you're going to be charged. I'm doing more of a loose guesstimate. I look at my miles. I look at the road.
Right.
I think about things that me and my wife said to each other before we left the house, and I say, $86. And then they go, 86. That seems a little high, sir. And I go, I'll beat your knees. And then they often pay. They often pay pretty.
That makes sense, actually. No, you're good. I can see how that would work because, especially you're from another country, you don't know what's going on, you're drugged, you're tired.
You've never had your knees beaten.
You've never had your knees beaten. And by the way, I think most people, they know what a beating is in English and they know what knees are. So, and do you have any diagrams or is it just verbal?
I do like to point at pictures in the car to sort of indicate, hey, this is the general area where I'll be taking care of you.
Okay.
You know, a lot
Picture
of
of
cars
knees?
have that. Yeah, that sticker with the guy putting on his safety belt just to,
Oh,
to
yeah.
let
Oh,
people
yeah.
know you got to wear your safety
Yeah,
belt.
yeah.
Right.
I'll point to where the knees are on there, and I'll say, beat the shit out of that, and they figure it out.
You don't... Please forgive me if this is offensive in any way, but...
As long as it's not you comparing me to Jeff Dunham.
Well, I thought you said...
Well, he did. Well,
You could point to their knees.
You know, I'll be honest, I never thought about it like that. You like to give people their space. You don't want to be too forward.
right.
But it
your
wasn't a bad
approach.
question.
No, it wasn't a bad question, and I'm sorry that we hit it off on the wrong foot.
No,
I'm sorry,
I didn't even get. I think
feel
it's
like there's probably some middle ground where you're maybe more like Jeff Dunham than you think.
Now see,
Trey,
now you're
Trey,
crossing
Trey,
a fucking line, Trey.
Trey.
Now you're crossing a fucking line,
Trey.
Trey.
I think Maurice, what you.
I apologize to you. I said ahead of time. I said I'm sorry that we hit it off on the wrong foot. I made it very clear that the one line that I was willing to draw was that you not compare me or the work that I do to Jeff Dunham.
But you said
And no, it doesn't matter what the fuck I said, Trey. I'm telling you where my line is, and here you are again, sassing.
I have a question.
Goldie, please.
Yeah, the question is. Okay, what happens when, because I know what happens in an Uber or a taxi.
Sure.
How does the price change if someone says, I just realized I'm hungry? Oh. We got to make a stop.
Oh, we're making a stop then.
Yeah.
How
does that work?
It doesn't, listen, I'll do whatever you ask. All I ask is that if we're making a stop, you want food, cut me in.
Right.
Buy me a
You
sandwich.
get food.
Right.
Yeah, I want food too.
Yeah.
I'm also
Who
hungry.
doesn't want food?
Yeah.
When people are eating, I'm immediately going, oh, if you're eating, I'm eating.
I'm not gonna watch you eat.
Right. And you're
in
not
the
gonna...
back of my liver-smelling cab, and you don't give me a bite.
It is interesting. Right there, you did call it a cab, and it's the first time I've heard you call it that.
It's a bit of a coy dance we do with the cabs.
Right.
You see, there was a time where cabs and livery drivers were the cabbers and the drivers. We were enemies. There was a war.
Oh, wow.
A battle.
Sharks and jets.
Sharks.
4 points.
That's right. Sort of. Yeah. Goldie, you get it.
And the 4 points of New York they had. Too.
Oh yeah.
They used to
Yeah,
have to.
he loves the Daniel Day-Lewis movie that Scorsese did.
Bottom line, I think what we all are wondering is where would you most want to retire?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah. We try and get that from people.
Retire.
I don't know.
Can you? Do you think you
don't
can?
have to-
Do you think you can drive?
Yeah.
How much
far
longer?
can you drive? How far?
How long? For how many years?
For
Are we
how
talking
long?
distance or are we talking a lifespan?
I don't know.
Maybe both.
I want to drive till I'm 99.
All in one?
Some people say I want to.
I'm sorry, Trey. Are you asking me? Are you a clear? I thought you boys were journalists. I thought this was
No, we are.
a legit radio show.
It is.
Yeah, it's a podcast.
Well, wait a minute. Now you're talking internet shit at me. I don't care
It
for
is.
that.
It is a. Yeah. I
It's
don't
a-
even know that we
it's the
yet
rare-
know
It's sort of the internet radio.
what the distribution is.
Okay.
In a moment, we're gonna have to pay a bill here.
How many?
Yep.
How many siblings do you have?
Okay. It's a weird question.
You don't have to. Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It was.
I got shaken up.
Well, we moved past that. Where do you see the industry changing from here for someone that owns an independent
5 to 10 years.
livery business?
Well, I think my hope is that we're facing down the big fall. You know, everything's going to crumble around us, right?
Oh, wow.
The businesses are dying. There's war, famine in the streets, and that's when the livery drivers will thrive. That's when we'll pick back up.
Because rideshare will go down with the
rideshare's
chaos.
going to burn. Uber's going to burn.
Right.
Lyft's going to burn. That other one that some people sometimes try, burn.
What is that
Bumble
third
or
one?
whatever, yeah.
Bumble, yeah.
Yep, I think it's Bumble.
So, yeah, you're hoping kind of for the end of society, and then
Right.
the livery drivers will rise.
Right.
oh, that's
Will
cool.
rise from the dark shadows of the airports.
It's not so different than I know. You read these articles about the people in the financial world that they bet on
They short.
they
Short.
yeah, that they do that. So it's not so different. You're just saying, hey, I'll tell you when business is going to get really good,
Oh yeah.
and that's going to be the apocalypse.
And that's gonna be when your children are eating crickets. You know what I mean? When they're eating little cricket legs for sustenance.
Yes.
That sounds like China.
That's when old Mo Peppers finally he honks his horn and he doesn't have to say taxi anymore. because people are running for their lives
towards you.
towards that card to get in.
Wow.
Still $86 is probably where you're going, but
and I like the 86.
Maybe it's gone up by that point, you know.
that's hopeful.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Trey, I'll say this: that's the first good thing you've said today.
I'll
Everything
take it.
else you threw out was a piece of shit statement, a lot of hurtful language, a lot of cutting me down at the root.
Well, to be fair, I think
just
that there's nothing insulting about saying that someone is like a very funny.
If you compare me to Jeff Dunham again, I swear to God, I will beat your knee.
And
I
just
knew that would be where.
Yeah.
Just
if you
let
don't
know
think I
what-
have a pocket
And
full
we will-
of penny-filled cigar cases,
Right.
you are mistaken, Trey.
We will also, just to be clear for our listeners, we will give you an opportunity. You could, in the comment section, find out a bit more about Jeff Dunham, what type of comedy he does, just so they understand the reference, because I'm not sure everyone knows that Jeff Dunham is would you call it a puppet comic?
I think he's a complicated artist that
Well, now it sounds like you like him.
He's a ventriloquist comic.
Yes. Yeah, he
from
does
a long
characters.
tradition.
He has like 20 quirky friends. Is the premise?
now you're being reductive. It's far more complicated than just 20
Wow.
quirky friends. He's got a goddamn mummy
Oh,
who also is a terrorist. That's more than just a quirky friend.
wow.
That's true.
That's an exciting character with lots to develop from, so much so that he's had a glorious 30-year career.
My question for someone in that business is ultimately, is it the loneliest or the least lonely way to be a comedian?
Hey, Business Trips is also brought to you by Laundry Motors. We want to ask you a personal question. How are the motors on the laundry machines in your laundromat doing? If the answer is not so great, it's time to call Laundry Motors. For those who don't know, washers and dryers have motors. Lots of things do. And when they break down, there are people who can fix them. We're the specific set of people who are geared up to fix laundry machine motors.
Wow.
We don't claim to be miracle workers. Sometimes a washer or dryer has had its time. But for the most part, we're probably going to get your machines up and running relatively quickly. And at Laundry Motors, we'll never lie to you. We'll never, ever lie to you. Never. We're located just off Fountain, about a half block west of Virgil, down an alley. Then look back to your right, and we're there. Laundry Motors. Vroom, vroom. It's time to get back to doing laundry.
I had no idea that makes sense.
Yeah. It's one of our more specific sponsors, but we're happy to have them. Laundry Motors in the alley behind
We love our sponsors.
Fountain.
I like the vroom vroom part.
Yeah, me
Yes.
too.
I thought that rang true for the work that I do.
Oh, right. Maybe that could be a slogan for you.
Yeah, I don't hate it, but
Doesn't?
Do you have a name for your business, or is it just Mo Pepper's livery?
taxi.
Taxi.
Yeah,
That makes
it's
sense.
just, taxi. Yeah, you yell it.
Even though it's a Lincoln.
It's sort of just a yell, and you yell the thing, and that's the
Right.
business.
That's kind of, yeah, it's like saying,
It's like Band-Aid.
Right.
what do you mean?
Band-Aid is
I know what you mean.
a specific company,
But no one says, like, they don't.
but everything's Band-Aid. Everything's taxi. You see?
But no one from.
I think Johnson & Johnson makes Band-Aids.
But boys, you're overthinking it. The Band-Aid
Uh-huh.
is
Yeah, it's an
No one
iconic.
says, like, Band-Aid.
yeah, Band-Aid.
Right, yeah, it doesn't
They don't
matter.
yell
You're
it.
telling me if some kid falls down, there's
Yeah.
blood everywhere.
Right.
His knee is scraped, not from beating, just
Right.
a general scraping
Right.
from
Yeah.
the fall. You're telling me somebody doesn't run up and go, Band-Aid.
Like a person from Johnson & Johnson?
It could be. It
Wow.
could be. That's not my
Okay.
business.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not in that business. I'm in the
Oh.
livery driving business.
That's right.
To shift gears here.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Well, we lost another sound tech. Lem Smoke on the Water. Lem Water was one of the people who made us sound good here. I'm sorry, I'm a little all over the place here.
You're all right.
Lem was found dead in his ranch-style home in Santa Clarita late yesterday, and we were all feeling the loss. It's hard to imagine anyone not liking Lem.
Absolutely.
He was a quiet guy who let his work ethic and his tattoos do his talking. Right. Lem had over 30 tattoos, but that only tells half the story because one of the tattoos was all the characters from Avatar, and it wrapped around his entire torso. Trey and I have never seen the movie, but Lem's love for it made it feel like we had. Until we saw Lem with his shirt off at the Business Trips holiday retreat to Arrowhead a couple years ago, we thought Avatar was about a family of blue alien cat people.
That's what
We talked about it. Cats, sort of. Boy, were we wrong. Lem explained the plight of the Navi, I think is what he said.
It is Navi, yeah.
Tribe on Pandora. Anyway, after he patiently took us through, we still didn't understand, but his willingness to build a cultural bridge, we felt that. Yeah. We're going to miss Lem. We're going to miss his tattoos. We're going to miss his commitment to eating homemade turkey chili every day for lunch out of that turkey chili-stained Tupperware container. And, it just makes you appreciate what you have.
And I mean, the turkey chili is reminding me now, like we were talking about, a smell can take you somewhere. And, like, the smell in the back of those cars is
You could smell a little turkey chili in the back of my car.
Yeah.
I bet there's a little bit
There's
of
been
that.
a few rides where turkey chili got out.
And then it stays.
It stays.
Yeah.
That's one of the things about a 2007 Lincoln Town car. The smells stay.
It hoards them.
Because it'll seep into that fabric, right? And do you have a particular scent? Do you use air fresheners? Is there anything else that you?
You can try, but for whatever reason, the fresheners that doesn't stay.
No.
That whatever that material is.
Christmas trees are not strong enough.
No, it's not. There's no power behind those Christmas trees. You'd need a full Christmas tree in the car, and I can't do that. I got other things in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is. Thank you, Maurice.
Thank you, Maurice. This is
Business Trips.
Okay, so we're done.